All right, buddy. So, what's your name and where you from, man?
My name's Jeff, man. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I've done a little bit of time here and there.
You ever
I,
heard of J. Dot Wright?
what's that?
J. Dot Wright. You ever heard the rapper out? He's from Ohio.
Yeah. I've heard a little bit about him. I actually seen him up here on your channel. He's from Dayton, ain't he? He's a Dayton guy.
Yep.
I know the haters want me dead, locked up in the feds.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, look, my homeboy Jay, man, look, he is an amazing artist, and I think he deserves way more people checking out his music. He's definitely been through a struggle. This is a quick shout out to old J. Dot out there, man. Go check out his channel. I'll leave his music videos pinned in the comment section as well as your information. But let's go ahead and get into you. My fault, man. My apologies. So you have an interesting story, man. You are legally blind, correct?
Yeah. Like in crowded areas, I got to use a cane and all that jazz, man. So I've been losing my sight since like my mid-20s.
Okay, so you got to use a cane to walk around and stuff like that. Is it just like a big blur or what?
I got like 3 inches of vision that I could see like 20/40, but anything outside of that, man, like I can walk into somebody if they're 5'5" if I'm not, I only can see like exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And you said you're going through this whole situation with the eyes and stuff during lockup, correct?
yeah, my last bid, man, I did 18 months and I was losing a lot of my sight at that point, and it was tricky, man.
And what facilities were you at? And what'd you go in for?
Okay, I had messed up burglary charge that I had caught on some BS, but anyways, I went through the county jail and all that. It was like 4 months in county jail, fight my case. I ended up pleading out to where I went to prison, but I also got like a prison rehab program towards the end of my bid.
Okay, got a little program thing. So I'm guessing it was all based or around drugs, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I was an addict, man, growing up my whole life. Like I overdosed at 4 years old because my mom was an addict and had drugs.
Four?
Yeah. Bottle of Ativan when I was 4.
So how did that cause you to overdose? Would you accidentally grab something or what?
I remember my mom had me on the counter, bro, and like she was giving my grandma some, like, and then she poured some in her hand, and they were eating them, and I just grabbed the bottle and turned it up, like I was
Damn.
like 3 or 4. Yeah.
That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
So what was your drug of choice out there? Dope, I'm guessing. You said you overdosed?
I actually kind of, yeah. I mean, that was back when I was 4. That was an accidental overdose. But,
Yeah. Of course,
But
yeah.
later on in life, yeah, I got into oxycontin, dope, all that. I got clean after my last bid.
Okay. And you said you kind of had a rough ride getting locked up, man. Tell me a little bit about that. You say you got jumped in some more stuff, right?
Yeah. Gangs are something in Ohio, in in the prisons in Ohio. And the way they roll, man, like people who I got jumped from, like it wouldn't have came down like that. But
You're talking about in the whole program prison, the rehab prison type of thing. This is where you seen this stuff?
Oh yeah, level 2. Because I went through a regular level 2. Like you don't go to a special prison or nothing if you're disabled. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through a regular level 2, but at the end of my bid, I was able to get out and go to like a 4-month rehab for the last 4 months of my bid.
Okay, what was the name of that level 2? Do you remember?
I was in Chili Coffee.
Chili Coffee?
Chili Coffee.
That's a crazy ass name. I kind of want some
Yeah,
chili, and now I kind of want some coffee.
yeah, Chili Coffee. There's a level 2, then across the street is Ross, which is a level 3 here in Ohio. They're both
What was what? I hate to deter the whole situation here, but what was you ate ramen noodles in there? I'm guessing.
Oh heck yeah.
What was your favorite ramen?
We call it breaks, man. My favorite was.
No, I'm talking about just your plain ramen. What was your favorite kind?
Chili for sure.
Chili, man. That's why I said it. Chili coffee, man. That's why I said it.
I didn't even know where you were going with it.
Hey, I lead you down a path nobody knows. That's what makes it good in this channel, man. You never know what the hell is about to happen. But yeah, okay. So got the little punchlines out the way. Okay, so you're in there. You're having a rough ride, man. You say you got jumped. Tell me a little bit about that.
Bro, It was some younger cats, man. Like the gangs in Ohio are smaller. You know, it's like there's CWBs. That's like the Cincinnati White Boys, and then there's like the Heartless Felons, and then
Yeah,
you
I heard
got like
about the
your
Heartless
ADs and
Felons.
all that. Like so there's a lot of different politics going on. Then you got people who who ain't in. You got fakes and everything. But basically, I got into it with the cat. He was affiliated, and it was
White
over.
dude?
Huh?
White dude?
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely white gangs in Ohio prisons.
Okay, you do, and go ahead. I'll ask more later on. Go ahead.
Anyways, they were messing around throwing food in the chow and stuff, and I got hit with an apple, bro, and it's morning, and I might not be able to see or not, but like, yeah, I'm a man still. You feel me?
Yeah,
So I got hit with that apple, and I was like, I went up to the dude who did it, and who I thought did it, and I was like, hey man, look, I ain't on your BS. Everybody else might be scared, but I'm not. And
yeah,
he's like, oh, okay, I'll see you. I see you. You know how it goes. He runs back to the dorm, right? And he's like, I'll see you in the bathroom. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, we're going to shoot ones, right? So I go on into the bathroom. Soon as I go in the bathroom, like, the bathroom, the way it was set up is you went in, and to the right was, toilets and urinals. And then to the left, there was a
showers.
hallway with showers and shit in the back, right?
Yeah,
And so I go into the side with, where he's at. And as soon as I go to like even square up with him, there was two guys already on my back, Um, so I mean, it wasn't much of a fight that I could put up, I'll be honest, I did get stomped out, but,
like knocked out, stomped out.
no, I was able to walk up out of the bathroom, um, I was able to get up out of there,
You think they let you get up, or they dipped out rather quickly, or do you think it was a decent ass whooping? Like,
Oh no, hey, I got a decent ass whooping, man.
yeah, you don't look like a small dude, So
Oh no, yeah, it was four of them total, I think, bro, and two of them were about my size. I mean, I'm 220, so I'm a decent sized guy.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it wasn't much chance. I didn't have much chance to get mine in, but
And
it all
what did you
fell
do
out.
after that, man? Did anyone get in trouble, or did you just live with
Oh no, I
them?
had to live in the dorm with these cats, dog. You know what I mean? Life went on,
I mean, it just kind of died off a little bit.
I mean, it was a small petty beef, and then like, you know, some shit went down. Like one of them ended up getting theirs. He was actually supposed to be a cover up, and he actually came to the joint where I was at running from people. So karma caught up with the cat that I initially was going to shoot, fight. They got me jumped. Actually,
Yeah.
he ended up having to be, he ended up checking in. So yeah,
It's
and then
crazy,
the other
ain't it?
guys I had to live with. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
And I know, look, I've gotten in situations like that, and someone's gotten a better hand of me, man, and I had to live with them, man. I seen them again. It's a little weird, but it's not. At the same time, it's like, hey, man, we just handled our stuff. It is what it is,
oh yeah, no, I mean, I remember being in the cage with one of the guys. He would always be in there around the same time I'd work out. I mean, it is what it is. They're family. That's the way they roll. So if you mess with one, you got that chance. You might not get to shoot the ones.
Yeah. And but look, at least you stood up for yourself. A lot of people, man, they just would have just brushed that shit off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
I can't believe they're throwing food in there. What the hell kind of prison is these guys? I know it's a level 2, but what the hell are they doing throwing food in there?
Core, it was an apple core is what it was, but yeah. Then normally food don't get wasted.
Yeah. In high school, I got mad at this person. It was just a person that I didn't really like, and I was stupid, and I don't know why I didn't like him, but he said something rude to me, man. And instead of fighting him, I just went and grabbed, and I didn't like anyone at that lunch table, right? It was a bunch of people I just didn't like. So I grabbed his damn fruit punch at the vending machine, and I threw that shit in the rafters, and that whole thing exploded right over the whole table, man. I got in some deep shit for that, but that was the only time I really threw anything in the cafeteria. I thought I'd bring that up, but
Yeah.
was there any other kind of scarier moments that you might have had? Was there any
Oh.
times where gangs or a white group was like, hey, man, you trying to roll with us or what?
I mean, in Ohio, you can kind of go at your, like, you can go it yourself. You don't have
Lone
to.
wolf style. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to click up. But I had the option if I wanted to. It just wasn't me, man. I tried to keep my head down, and I wanted a different life at this point. I was dealing with losing my sight in there, so it was a struggle just navigating. It's like I think it's like 20 acres. It's a big prison, man. Chile is. So
Yeah.
I
Chili
was just
coffee,
trying to
baby.
keep my head down and navigate, getting out of there.
Yeah.
The worst
Would
thing
you
I seen was actually in county, dog.
What'd you
I
say
seen
the first thing you seen?
no, the worst thing. The worst thing I
Oh,
seen being locked
l-
up out
let's
of
hear it.
okay, well, I was in county jail, man, on this bid, and
What jail?
Warren County.
Warren County.
Yeah, shout out Warren County. Used to look out on some free phone calls, so he's all right, dude, for a cop. But
He just got fired.
yeah, yeah, cut that. My bad, cut that. I didn't mean to. Didn't
I'll
mean
just
to
put.
stick
I'll
time.
cut the name out. I'll cut the name out.
But but yeah, I mean, hey, it worked out for a poor guy like me though. But man, this cat came in. He was keystering something in. He had a bunch of strips, and I was only in the jail. I just got in there that week, right? So I'm trying to keep my head down, watch who's doing what, and peep the situation, And this cat comes in. As soon as he came in, he lets a few guys know he's packing quite a bit of subs, and anyways, they all kind of start chopping it up. And these guys, half of them's all dope fiends on the street, so they're, on it.
Best friends to the end. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
yeah.
huh?
Well, look, they're like, hey man, come on, cuff him up, cuff him up. Dude's scared to get him out, because he just landed in the block, and he was like, hey man, just give me a little bit. Bro, they got together, five cats got together that really wanted them subs, right? And they got him up in the shower stall, man. And I'm telling you, each of them got an arm, one got a leg, and one went fishing, dog, like straight up,
Holy
right in the
shit!
middle, a 60-man block. You know what I mean? This is minimum security. This ain't no major, maximum block or nothing. They went and got them shits, man. That's how bad it is when people are on dope, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was crazy, man. I mean, that dude.
And you actually kind of saw this go down?
Oh, bro, it was right in the middle of the block. I mean,
So they didn't do it in like the showers or nothing?
I mean, like they dragged him off. Like the showers are like it's a little block. Like there's 2 tiers. There's probably like, I mean, they just dragged him in a little shower stall.
But the shower is pretty much wide open.
Yeah, you know how it is. You got to
Yeah.
peep what's going on when you hear some loud disturbance. Sometimes but yeah, I mean, it went down, man. The Keister bunny got for sure, man. Like,
Holy shit, that's crazy. Was he screaming or anything like that?
oh, bro, he was screaming. He fought. I mean, he fought even after they got him. He fought. I mean, one dude, he ended up leaving the block with a big old goose egg on his head, and they ended up locking us all down because they had to come take him out for medical. But yeah, bro, that was traumatizing.
That's unbelievable, man.
Seeing that go down, it don't make you, you can't put nothing past anybody when you're locked up.
Yeah. A quick story before we get into more of your story, man. I just got an email the other day from a EMS guy, and he's still on duty, and he goes to the prisons all the time for the wildest calls. And he said the wildest thing that he went to the prison for, and he made a YouTube video, but he disguised his face. But these dudes actually, someone was keystering a damn note, Galaxy Note, or whatever, the big damn phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a tablet.
How the hell are you putting that damn big ass phone in your butt, man?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's crazy, man.
It's unbelievable. But now, look, I actually got a little. I've seen it before, but someone sent me another little article. They have cell phones like this big now, specifically made for prison.
Yeah, that's what I say. There ain't no other reason these days.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, that was a crazy story, and I can only imagine people seen that. That's one hell of a story. Any other wild moments that you might have seen?
What's that?
Any other wild moments that you might have had, or been fearful of your life, or anything like that?
Oh man, bro. Going to jail saved my life one time, man. I actually fell out in booking, and that's saved my life actually. As far as anything to do with life-threatening moments.
What happened? Were you ODing?
Yeah. I got arrested. I got picked up. This is back in like 2010. I was still on dope pretty bad, and I had mixed a bunch of different drugs. I was passing out, and I lived in Roselawn in Cincinnati, right? And
Uh-huh.
I lived at like a trap motel, basically, dope house motel. And the cops ended up coming in our room for someone else, looking for someone else, and I had some warrants. But it was just like, I don't know if it was God or what, bro, because I would not have woke up the next morning had I not got arrested. I ended up going to jail. I ended up like, falling out in the booking process. They took and tried to throw me in the shower, thinking, how they think you're playing when you're normal, sometimes. And they threw me in the shower, and I just was like a sack of potatoes. And I could remember hearing them, and they're like, "Yeah, he ain't playing." And they finally went ahead and squatted me out. But yeah, I mean,
What do you mean squatted you out? What does that mean?
they ended up having to have me taken out to a hospital.
Yeah, and what do they typically do like during an overdose like that? I know they give you like a adrenaline shot or something like
I
that.
guess they gave me Narcan. I don't know. This is before Narcan was real big. They ended up taking me to the hospital. I woke up the next morning and I like forgot everything. And I tried to get up out of bed. I'm looking around confused, and it was like, chink. I'm cuffed to the bed with the CO right next to me. He's like, "Yeah, you ain't going nowhere." I'm like,
Good
"Oh,
old tink tink.
yeah." It was a crazy situation, man. But
Damn right. But you've seen some wild things. You're doing good now from what you say. You say you're clean, and you actually got a channel, correct? You're talking
yeah.
about helping people that might have problems with a drug addiction or
Yeah,
anything
drug
along those lines.
addiction or just getting on your feet after being locked up, man. Because I got out homeless with no support, bro, and it was a lot of red tape. I mean, there was help there, but when it's hard to navigate. So I try to help people navigate that, get them on their feet any way I could help with.
Yeah, and
Um,
I mean, what else are you said? So really, what you talk about in your YouTube channel? Just
uh, really, I focus on addiction, prison reform, different things like that because there's no plan for people getting out. My brother's completely blind, and he just got out last month. Okay, he just did 2 years, right? And like when he was in there, I was trying to get his blind cane to him because his got broke through the up at CRC, the receiving center. It got broke through that process, and I literally got video of me calling for months, dog, like trying to get a hold of medical to get my brother his cane that he needs to be able to get around.
so he is fully blind.
Yeah, we have the same hereditary eye disease, bro.
Wow, and that's crazy, man. And they don't put you in no kind of special unit for this stuff.
Oh no, bro. He was like I said, we were in a regular, but I went through a regular level 2. He went through a regular level 2, and like he had to fight. Um, he ended up having an issue with the sex offender, bro. That was like almost trying to prey on him because he was blind. My brother ended up yoking him up because he made it like sexual advance on my brother, and my brother had to fight, the case while he was in jail because he was a sex offender. So originally they were trying to get my brother with like yoking a sex offender up, but then once it all played out, they seen he was
So they were
trying to.
trying to say that he was just attacking him because of his charges.
Yeah. But once they like the warden looked at it and everything, like it was a pretty big deal, like because we basically the way it ended up falling out is they seen he had preyed on people with disabilities before.
Oh
You know what I'm saying? The
wow.
sex offender. Yeah. So it worked out for my brother, but he could have got an extra charge, dog. Like that's what's crazy is in Ohio, they have special prisons for them. They have special rules. If you put your hands on them first, you can get a whole new case. I mean, it's crazy.
See, I tell people this stuff all the time, man. And that's a lot of people in like California or prisons like that. They get so much time added to their sentence because they attack these individuals if they happen to slide through the cracks and get on the yard or any kind of crazy charges. And there's a lot of prisons that really do cater to them. What's wild is that even if you're not allowed to have a weapon in prison, but what if 3 guys are trying to take advantage of you in some kind of way? what would you do on the streets? The same thing you should do in prison, and that is protect your life at all costs. But unfortunately, if you do that and you happen to take someone's life, chances are you're going to get like 15, 20 years added to your sentence, regardless of how it played out, It's a very scary thing in prison to protect yourself, because everyone thinks that when you're protecting yourself in prison, it's just a normal basic fight between mutual people, but really it's people being preyed upon, man, and they just want to protect themselves,
Yeah, with my brother, it was completely, dude was preying on him, thinking he would be an easy target. He's blind. Like, it was a messed up situation, man. But he had the right blind guy. Okay, with my brother, with my brother.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy, man.
But it's messed up, man, that they do that, I'd say that's the craziest thing that I've seen is they have more to help sex offenders re-enter society than they do people who are drug addicts, and that's why I kind of do what I do, because I know, like, re-entry, there ain't really much for you. They don't try to help you like they act like they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you ain't got family or support or a huge, strong will to get on your feet, it's impossible. These people ain't gonna be able to do it, man. Family is so important. Okay, if you don't have family, I mean, you're already starting off horribly, because it's so hard, man. You're gonna be homeless. You won't have nowhere to go.
For me, man, I got lucky and strolled into like a recovery group, and that was like the first real positive people I had in my life, and that was a big reason why I'm clean today, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I'm not living great, but I got a nice little 3-bedroom house. My kids are fed well. I'm able to help others now. So, but yeah, it's hard, man. It was a long, hard road to get on my feet without, no support.
Yeah. And that's excellent, man. How long you been clean?
Since 2012. I relapsed in 2014, but I got right back on it. It
don't matter then if you just relapse a little bit. I don't count that crap.
Yeah. But like I said, I've been able to help like 4 people get into treatment, with just my channel. Can I shout that out if that's all right, bro?
Yeah, we're gonna do it here in a second, man.
My bad.
But let me ask you one more thing before we get into that, man, and wrap this up. If you said you're about the prison reform, and let's not talk about integrating into society. Let's talk about what you think 2 major things they should change within the prison system. Not leaving or preparing to leave, but within the prison system. What do you think 2 things would be the most important for a little bit of reform?
Family, bro. They need to change the phone system. They need to quit. They need to. You're so isolated. You feel me? Like I was. My whole family's poor. So like trying to call home, like they cut you off. From your family. Unless you got $1 a minute to pay. You know what I'm saying? But I'd say. The social disconnect that you have with prison, man.
It's like you're dead but alive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not helping people. If you give somebody something to look forward to, as far as the future, you know what I mean. But you're putting people in here and warehousing them, and there's hardly any educational programs in prison. I'd say education, and keeping people socialized.
Yeah,
would be the 2 things I'd change.
Yeah, I got the 2 things that I thought about, and phones was one of them. And actually, believe it or not, phones, I think in one state as of right now, our phone calls are free. Can you believe that? I think they just did it, and I think they're starting to do it nationwide here soon, believe it or not. But at the same time, it's going to cause a lot of mayhem. You know what I mean?
You read my mind.
The phones are going to be slammed. They're going to be slammed. I think everyone should have at least, I think if they were to do the phone thing, they give everybody at least 2 free calls a month, and that's it. You know what I mean? At least, if they were that way, they can control the amount of people that's going to be flooding the phones, and someone like you that can't afford the phone call can actually have a chance twice a month to call home. You know what I mean?
Because otherwise, you're going to have somebody trying to charge people to get to that phone.
Exactly, man. I was hustling 3 ways, but I never charged ridiculous price. I just charged the price of the call. Some people will charge double, And the other thing that I believe they should change, making sure that people that are able to somehow, and this is happening right now as we speak, especially in Virginia, the license. You know what I mean? Guys, man, in majority of states, they got $30,000 in court costs, you know? And if they can't make a certain amount of money and pay it a month or pay the fines in general, like in Virginia, you have to pay all your fines before you can even get your license, you know? Now it's not. They just fixed that. I believe for certain charges you can get your license, but they make it impossible for people that are broke and poor to pay their costs to get their license, to be able to drive to and fro. And that's how a lot of people re-violate and go back to prison, because they drive without a license.
Yeah, something that petty could send you back up. Yeah.
It's a damn chain reaction, and I can't stand the license thing. I strongly believe that they should make sure that people are able to drive and actually try to make a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, man. So let's talk about your YouTube channel really quick, man. What's your channel name?
It's The Recovery, all one word. And, bro, you know, I like I said, my content's basically, you know, mostly addiction recovery related. So, you know, anyone has issues with that, check me out. You know, if you need help with anything, I'll help you find resources, you know, to get clean or whatever you need.
That's right, man. You say you got about 200 subscribers right now?
I'm at 260.
260, that's good, man. Believe it or not.
I mean, I've been at it 6 months, man. But, hey, I respect what you do, man. You inspired a lot of people. You know, our voice, man, we can make change in this stuff, man.
We can, man. We'll turn this whole damn YouTube into a prison channel.
That's right. That's right.
But look, you know, it does. It helps us convicts to actually open up, because we don't talk much. We don't open up to people. It's much easier for me to open up to individuals that I can't even see. As long as their name's there and I can talk to them through message, I can open up better. But out here in the streets, I'm secluded, man. I go out to the store, I don't even make eye contact with people. I'm a very recluse and secluded individual, man. But in the YouTube realm, I'm open, and, you know, that's just how it is. Because when I leave my house, I'm always on guard, man. Even though I'm not in the mix, I'm not in dirt, I do have enemies that will hate me until I die. Trust and believe. So I'm very low-key, and I try to, you know, fly under the radar just for my own safety, man. I don't want to start no drama or anything like that. But, yeah, you got a recovery channel. 260 subscribers, and look, I got over 400,000. I'm telling you right now, I remember the beginning of my channel like it was yesterday, and if I had 260, I'd be like, damn, that's a lot. You know, back in the day.
I'm psyched about it, bro. I'm psyched.
So you're doing excellent, man. You got subscribers on your own, and now hopefully individuals out there that might have went through the same situations as you comes to your channel and hears your story, man. I'm going to leave everything. Send me the links to all your stuff, and I'll pin it in the comment section, description. And, look, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know?
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, Death. For real,
yeah,
man.
Dog. You be easy out there, and keep saving them souls, keep helping people and inspiring. All right, man?
All right, bro. You stay up, dog.
I pray you gain some of that vision back. All right?
Hey, if not, I'm like the Daredevil, dog. I'm still riding bike.
And that's right, man. You be easy out there, all right?
All right.